quick overview on the company. Our corneal remodeling platform has multiple applications, and the first indication for which we received FDA approval was for treatment of keratoconus. It is the first and only FDA approval in this category. We are now commercial in the US and around the world with more than 1,500 systems in place and more than 250,000 treatments. Our plan going forward is to expand the market of keratoconus and refractive. Reimbursement will allow access to more patients to this treatment. We'll talk about it. We made an announcement this morning about that. Please come to our booth and a symposium we have on Saturday at 5 p.m. at the Marriott to learn more about the reimbursement initiative that we started. We also are conducting 14 clinical studies, both on the keratoconus and refractive. Our products treat corneal disease and eliminate the need to wear glasses and contact lenses. On the corneal disease, it's important that you treat the underlying disease, which is the weakening of the cornea. We use pharmaceuticals and photoactivation, or simply said, eye drops and light, to strengthen the cornea. Either you strengthen the entire cornea for keratoconus, or in the case of refractive, you have to reshape the cornea. So we selectively strengthen different parts of the cornea to change the shape of the cornea. The mechanism of action of our products were previously presented. You apply riboflavin on the cornea, you wait for the cornea to soak, and then apply the UV light on the area that you want to strengthen. Let's focus on keratoconus. It is a disease of the cornea where the internal pressure of the cornea pushes the cornea outward. It is a disease, not an elective procedure. According to a paper in 1986, there are about 176,000 patients in the US with keratoconus. Not everyone is bilateral, 85%, so roughly 300,000 eyes available. At that time, topography did not exist, but today with the more advanced methods of diagnostic, these patients are detected earlier and treated. For the FDA approval, we ran 2 separate studies, one for keratoconus, one for post-LASIK ectasia. In the keratoconus, we showed a 2.6 diopter difference between the control and test group. In the post-LASIK ectasia, we show a difference of 1.4 diopter between the control and test group. These are still gold standard and the most rigorous data available in this category. The reimbursement will allow more patients to access this procedure. Again, I repeat, this is not an elective procedure. It is a disease that needs to be treated. Hundreds of patients are waiting for reimbursement to be available so that they can access this treatment. Please come to our booth, as I mentioned, or to our symposium on Saturday, and we can give more detail about the implementation of this plan. What Avedro learned during 10 years of research development is cross-linking happens with riboflavin, photoactivation, but more importantly, presence of oxygen. We have developed technologies that actively delivers oxygen to the treatment site, and we started a series of clinical studies to look at the refractive patients, and I'm happy to show in the PiXL procedure, which is selectively cross-links the cornea. So first group of patients I'm showing are a myopic patient with an average of 2100 that after 1 month, these patients were 20/25. Again, this is not surgical. There are no implants. These are eye drops and UV light you apply to reshape and stabilize the cornea. So what are the applications for PiXL? The first is low myopia. There will be a session later on today, Make Myopia Great Again. Our Chief Medical Officer, Raj, will be there. He will talk more in detail about it. You are familiar with presbyopia. It affects everyone after the age of 45. Other indications are hyperopia, astigmatism, post-IL correction, and also some of our investigators outside the US have shown that by selectively cross-linking the keratoconus patient, they obtain better outcomes. So let's focus on low myopia. How big is that market? This is the distribution of refractive error in the United States. Most LASIK patients are at the -2.5 or -3 above. When I said we are expanding the market, that's what I mean. We are going to focus on patients that are below -2.5 that today are wearing glasses and contact lenses. If you look at patients which are between -75 and -1.25, there are 27 million eyes. So would those patients opt for this procedure? Previously, MarketScope had shown that only 0.5% of the myopic patients in the US opt for LASIK. We conducted a consumer research in the US and UK, and 60% of the people we interviewed had considered LASIK, but only 12% of them consulted an ophthalmologist. And the main reason for that were fear of surgery and side effects. It was not the cost. The same group of patients, when presented with PiXL procedure, 97% said they would consider such an approach. Again, we believe this is a great opportunity, and we have a very strong team that can deliver, includes our advisors and clinical group we are working with. We have a very strong investor syndicate, and we recently announced our financing. We have a strong balance sheet to deliver on the projects that I mentioned. Please come to our booth at booth number 637, and our symposium on Saturday night at 5 p.m. at the Marriott. Thank you.